Clear his throat. Hello, everybody. My name is Constar 1210. Oh, that felt good. Oh. But in today's episode, what I'm going to be doing. Okay, you ready? You listening? Yeah. Okay. Today I will be doing a episode called the Triple H. I did this with my myself, but I'm doing it with this guy who no one knows.
Hi.
That was just the most awkward thing I've ever done in my life.
So clearly that wasn't me, that was Mario being his usual self. But yeah, I did start a series called Triple H, or Helmet Heroes History, where I get a couple of people and then they just talk about how they started, where they're at, and how they have gone through Helmet Heroes and stuff. So yeah, this one's obviously
And
Mario, so go ahead and do your thing.
today's episode, I'll be talking about my whole entire Helmet Heroes experience. So, this is going to probably take 10 hours, but I'll try and shorten it down. Basically, I found Helmet Heroes through a friend. His username is Neon Fox, I believe, or something like that. Basically, he showed me this game and said, "Hey Mario," like, because Mario, my old user was Mario Fan One, and I got off that account obviously. I'm FstMario now, so Mario Fan One is my first username that I ever had, and so he showed me the game. I didn't really do much for the first account. Like, obviously, I started my YouTube channel, which has grown to be pretty successful. Um, it was when I hit, I believe, about 300 subs or something. I don't really remember. But after that account, I made a whole new account and became a mage because not only did I like the role of being a mage, I felt warriors were a bit underpowered, and I decided that I would like to become a mage. So that was when FstMario was born. And FstMario, the account, has gone through a lot of bans, all for false reasons. I've never done anything to get properly banned. I bought tons of tickets, grinded a bunch of monsters, and that's pretty much the short rundown. So if I were to go into detail now, when my friend Neon Fox showed me this game, I was playing it, obviously, like any other player would do. I admit I was a beggar, a bit. Not like, oh, give me items because I fans, drop everything, drop the soap, everything, yeah. I wouldn't do any of that at all. But when I would be playing, I would always talk to the higher leveled players because I was on the forums at a time and people would know who I am. So after that's, like, there's nothing much to talk about Mario Fan 1 account because that account's pretty much not gone, but I just don't play on it anymore. I was thinking about like throwing it away in a giveaway, but I don't know. Basically, after that, on FstMario, that was when my whole entire journey pretty much properly started, because it was when I gained forum publicity, YouTube publicity, and in-game publicity. Like, you could probably ask anyone, and pushing aside Miso, the top Helmet Heroes YouTuber, I'm probably the most active, well, I'm not active, but the most well-known YouTuber on Helmet Heroes. And I get PMs when I log on every day about people saying, "Oh my god, FstMario, biggest fan, if I get a screenie," or like, "FstMario, oh my god." Obviously, I don't play that much anymore, and I play Minecraft more, but dating back to Helmet Heroes, the early days of 2D were the best for me. Like, there were almost no bugs, no one would exploit or anything, and that was pretty much the prime time of my account. Like I grinded pretty much. I got to level 100 in a few days as a mage, because mages are like the most OP class. And when I was carrying on, I can't really list people who I met across the way, because when I wasn't famous on YouTube, I would just play like normal any other normal player, and I'd have a lot of friends that I talked to every day. And around, I believe, level, I'm gonna say about 400. On level 400 was the part where I bought. It was for a whole week. I bought about $700 worth of tickets. I bought. So I bought basically like hundreds and hundreds of tickets, and I sold about all of them for like 55 or like 30k. Because at the time, ticket prices weren't at like 100k per ticket, which is a bit dumb for me. But because of that, I was basically the #1 mage. I was the lowest level mage that could kill pro teams at the time, because that was when I was level 400 and had all the tickets. And I got noticed even more on YouTube because of being so overpowered. So when I would be playing Helmet Heroes at the time, I would constantly be overtaken by many players, because I didn't know it was like a thing, but people would pilot. I don't know if you know what piloting is, but piloting is when a user gives their password to another trustworthy user, and the person who is deemed the pilot would then start to grind on the other user's account and get him money, or like level up his pets, or like anything like that. So when that happened, that was when I started to pilot. I didn't pilot anyone else, but I got pilots such as Seal. I have Chino188 now. Who else would... I think I was piloted by a lot of guild members, because I trusted a guild member a lot. P Mad Chaffer. Let's just go down the list. Various Avis, Gamer Dude. Obviously you, Connor, because you're like one of my good pilots, but not anymore. But that was when I started to get even more publicity and even better, because people were against me and my pilots, because I had about 2 pilots in different time zones, and that was at like 500-ish, and that was when I really didn't like playing the game. So around that time, I would only be on sometimes, and there wasn't really much to say, because the game was infested by people using different types of hacks. There would be other kind of people who would just follow me around and loot steal, which I despise. And there would also be many people that would just not leave me alone. Like, I understand if you're a fan, but they just spam me over and over and over. That just doles me out. So I want to play the game, not get spammed constantly.
That's one thing I really quickly want to point out. Like, it's kind of weird how, like, sometimes YouTubers get, like, noticed on this game or whatever, and it seems, like, extremely cool at the beginning, and then you think that they're, like, really good and loyal fans, but then, like, 10 messages into the conversation, they'll start asking for money and items. That is definitely not the way to go if you want to, like...
From the very start of Mario Fan 1, anything, people would always ask me for things. Like, even they're like, hey, I'm your fan, oh, that's cool, give me money. Like, it's not fair. Like, it's not fun for me, because I don't like, obviously I give some people some items, but I don't like it how other people would just ask me for money. Like, they don't even care about they don't really care about my videos, because even I would admit they're a bit low quality. Like, my computer isn't really that powerful, and since I share the computer with families and relatives, I'm not exactly entitled to downloading things. And because of that, I just make either like short skits, like videos that people would find fun. And even if though they're bad quality, if people like them, then they like them. I'll give them more if they want. It really doesn't affect me in a bad way. If that, like, obviously it does affect me in a bad way if they're low quality. Like, but I like it how people like my videos, even though they're bare bone videos, which basically means there's nothing on them. So, going back to my kind of experience with Helmet Heroes, I guess overall it's been a pretty decent gaming experience because I've been on the game for maybe 3 years now, about 3 years, I guess. But I've been on YouTube for like still longer than that, and it really is such a fun experience. Like with my Helmet Heroes history, it's just a really nice thing because I've had my ups and downs, but it's just overall it's just amazing. Like people on this game, even like people deem Filipinos to be like all dumb, all hackers, but they're not. Like there's a lot of nice Filipino people out there,
It's just mainly the
and other people.
majority that was the problem.
Yeah, I've got tons of Filipino friends. Like even on Facebook, like I've started to delete lots of people who I don't ever talk to, but I don't really like to like people. Obviously, I sometimes say all Filipinos are terrible, but I don't always say all of them. Like I would either change it to say some or most because there's some really nice Filipinos out there, and even though they're deemed like scummy or like unwanted, they're not. Like they're a main part of my YouTube channel, and I respect that, and they respect me. So that really is a positive thing. So if I were to go back to my history, I guess it would. Well, I took off at level 500 in FstMario. I think it was around 450 where I found you, Connor. Like you
Yeah.
were a fan of my also.
And
And
I
you
wanted
wanted
to
to do
do a collaboration with you.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, FstMario, I'm your biggest fan. Can you make a video with me? That would be so cool.
Pretty much.
Oh my.
That's like spot
And
on.
who knew that Connor was going to be probably one of, or the ¡1 friend I've had in this game? Like, he's always stood by my decisions. I've mainly stood by his decisions. I used to talk to him pretty much every day on Skype or in game. Like with the game, I left the game for quite a long time because Home Heroes got extremely boring for me. Like there was no point in me even playing it because I can one hit Proteans. That is how OP I am. And even though there's a new mob, oh wait, there's a new mob, isn't there? Wow. So at least Magmagons will be open for me, I guess. Like everyone's gonna go to the new OP mob. But with Helmet Heroes, obviously, the game, the new mob that I'll be playing, I mean, trying to kill, I'll even make a video on the new mob that will do everything. Once the update's finished, I'll pretty much completely finish, not finish Helmet Heroes, but I'll finish the update of 8.0, and I'll probably stop playing yet again for like a month or free. Because the game isn't exactly that fun anymore. Okay, I went a bit off track there, didn't I? So, back to when I met Connor. Obviously, he's a really nice person, blah blah blah. Going to around level 600 in FstMario. There isn't really much else I did because I stopped playing it around level 700 and my pilot just carried on. I guess I could talk about some experience I have with some players that I distinctively remember. Oh yeah, probably the main forum topic. There was this user, I can't remember his username, but he would tell people to die all the time. I don't know why, he would always do that kind of thing. This was in like 2014, I think. And literally, me, including like many people on the forums, just spammed the forums for his ban to be put in place. And then in the end, he got banned, but I got like 10 banned on the forums, obviously. And that was one person who I had mad beef with. Another would be Javonte. Now, Javonte, he's a nice guy, okay? But me and him got off at the wrong foot because during the start of when I bought thousands of tickets, I would upgrade my magic mainly, like along with my MP and HP and everything. So I could pretty much, I had like separate stats to a level of 1,000 at the time, and the highest level was probably like 1,010 or like 1,100 or something, because I could like kill Kai and Coke in PvP kind of easily. But now I can't, obviously. So because of that, I was gonna join Legendary because the guild I was in before was a bit. I think I was in the Deathless, and I didn't know they were gonna be such a good team. But the Deathless now are the top. They're basically the top guild, to be honest. They're top socially, the top probably iconically, whatever that word is, and they're just overall great people. So when I went to Legendary, it was probably both the worst and best guild I've been in. So if I were to elaborate on that, when I was in Legendary, I was, without a doubt, the most active player, okay? No one ever logged on the guild. Like, people talked on the forums, but they never logged on. Like, they don't talk to anyone at all. So, for the guild, I got around 150 million contribution, which is double their contribution at the time that they had. I mean, like, so that we got about 300 or like something, and then no one was playing, so I left the guild, and the guild completely fell apart. And then people in the guild, like the owner got hacked, so I left, like again. And then the guild just fell apart again. Like, even though it's probably the best guild I've ever been in, it's dead. Like, you can't revive a dead guild, really. Because, like, for example, when I was in Click to Talk for, like, a day before it fell apart. Like, it's just, that guild was the best guild too. That guild was amazing. I'd love to be in it. And then one day later, the owner quit, and then the guild fell apart. So, if I'm going to go through the guilds I've been in, FSC Productions was my first guild I made. That was terrible, so I ended it. I think I made another one called just FST. Now that guild was really fun because it distinguished all of my high level player friends and all of my high level player fans. I had a fan who was the top 3, okay, and he joined my guild, but then he left because obviously it wasn't that good. And then when I got 3 times coins, even more people wanted to join my guild. And then it got to the point where I got so sick and bothered of people that I left the guild, and then I gave ownership to someone else, who then left the guild because it didn't have 3 times coins, and then the guild just disbanded. So basically my history for about 2 months was just deleted. That was so dumb. Why? So, the most active guild I've been in, I'm still in it, is Dunamis, because Dunamis it's not really active anymore. The guild's completely and utterly dead. Like, no one plays it, really, who's in Dunamis anymore. But it's a legendary guild. Like, there's a user in the guild called Master Yi. I'll get to Master Yi in about a minute or few. So, in the guild, I'm still in it. A lot of cool, good players are in the guild too. But no one's really, like, no one plays in the guild anymore. Like, no one plays it. It's dead. So, now I get to Master Yi. Master Yi was one of the top players back in the early days, like, of Home Heroes. Pretty much everyone knew who he was. He was an active forums user. He was the top mage with only 2k magic, because that's how much you have as like a top mage at the time, where Darkane Armor was only just coming out. And he was a user that I completely looked up to, because he was without a doubt one of the most amazing players I've played with. Like, when I overtook him in levels and stats, that's my greatest accomplishment I've ever done in this game, because to overtake someone who's literally your master idol, surplus give me monies, that is probably the best thing. That's the best feeling. Like, I know there's probably some high level players who are higher level than me and like, oh my god, FstMario, I'm higher level than you, lol. And there's probably some like other players out there who aren't that, but they have like higher stats than me. So with Master Yi, he is probably the only person that I really love talking to. Like, obviously I love talking to other people, my fans, but he was the person who pretty much kept me playing this game and like made me who I am in this game because he always backed me up on the forums and he'd always support me. And now that he's gone, I'm just like, oh, Master Yi, please come back. Like, he has a wife or something, and then he quit the game because his girlfriend was going to take him back, and he couldn't play anymore. So he's gone now, and I really wish he'd visit sometimes, because if he comes back and sees my level, my stats, my pets, he'll actually be so happy. Like, he'll be like, yeah, FstMario, oh my god,
10 out of 10.
suck my tits! And then, yeah. Now, if I'm gonna go further, there's not much else that actually happened, but now I'm at the stage of the game, at the moment, the present, where there's nothing to really do, because, yeah, even though there's a new mob, there's not really any real reason to play, because the game's infested with hackers still. The economy is completely and utterly, okay? I'm gonna rephrase that in a more blank term, okay? Am I allowed to swear?
I'm sure, go for it.
Alright. The Helmet Heroes economy, fuck, damn it, okay. The Helmet Heroes community is pretty much fucked. I've tried a lot to make it better, and how it would be more fun for people to interact with other people, but no, people ruin it. What else? The game itself is glitchy, buggy, and I'm gonna describe it how like a generic person would. It's pretty cancerous, to be honest. And the economy is absolutely fucked. Like, destroyed. If you want to sell something, either sell it really low or sell it for fucking 10 trillion pounds, because this game is the place where you can sell a stick for fucking like 100 million. The economy is that fucked. Like, this is just, it's just terrible. Like, a game that was once amazing is actually terrible. So there's no actual point in me playing, because it's just terrible. Like, the community's terrible, and I just don't really like playing this game anymore. But the only reason why I'm actually playing it like I am now, I don't know if this video is like 10 minutes long or something. The only reason why I'm playing this video now is because I should not mess that up. Playing this game now is because Robbie is more active, and there's a 8.0 update, and it's gonna be huge. Like, I'm gonna upload about 20 videos on that in a day. So that is kind of my Helmet Heroes summary. Like, I probably missed thousands of things out, like people I met along the way.
Yeah, and you also made my Helmet Heroes history video look completely terrible. You went way more in depth than I did.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I wanted to go into depth with what I've done, like my my accomplishments. Okay, let's go into my accomplishments now, right? I'm gonna appear on the forums for a sec, but I'm gonna explain at the same time. On the forums, if you were to go into off-topic and search something like goals, I don't know. Never mind, that's too often. Let me guess. Going through. March goals. Let's search March goals, okay? March 1st goals. Oh, no, someone took that from me, never mind. Okay,
Good job.
Basically, I would make these threads, which would be like, oh, this is, oh, how do I explain this? I need to reword it. So it's like, um, I'll search it. And I'll search May goals. All right. So May goals would be like, May goals are kicked off basically. May goals is the goals I set for myself because it was when I
Your mic just completely went downhill. You want to recall?
went downhill.
Your mic sounds like you're a robot. Do you want to recall the thing?
Okay.